Welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to create a fake bruise using only a makeup sponge and a few colors. I personally use this tube of grease paint, this Ben Nye character wheel, and I don't use this in the tutorial, but you can easily use any face paint that you can get your hands on. Now take your makeup sponge and rip small pieces off to create a bumpy texture to mimic the unevenness in a bruise. Then, taking a not so pigmented purpley color, cover your entire sponge with it and start dabbing it where you want the general shape of the bruise. Then, taking a red color, dab it close to the center area of the bruise to simulate broken blood vessels. You want to slowly build up the color and blend away any sharp edges or big areas with concentrated color with your finger or a clean sponge as you go. I added a little more red on the cheekbone in a circular shape and blended it out. Then take a yellow shade and use a clean side of your sponge, or you could just get a new one, and blend it in the center of your bruise to add some discoloration. Now take a blue tone or mix a blue and purple color together on your sponge and lightly dab it around the center or the yellow part of your bruise. Using a blue color is going to really make you look bruised instead of red and irritated or just really purple. I added some blue around my eye also because I wanted to give myself kind of like a half black eye. Then go back and blend out any harsh coloring you see with your finger. I went back and blended a little more with my sponge after looking at it from afar. I'm taking the same blue color on my finger and putting it under my eye to darken it up a little bit. Then back with the sponge to blend it out. Now you can play around with the colors and add more purple or red or blue or whatever, anywhere you think needs it. Right here, I thought I needed more red, so I put some on my sponge and placed it messily where I wanted it and blended it out with my finger and sponge. Now, I wasn't very careful and I got some extra blue on my cheek, but I blended it out later and it ended up being fine. So, the basics are to use blue, purples, and reds at least for a fresher looking bruise. You'd want to use greens, yellows, and browns for older looking bruises. But you want to slowly build up the color while blending with your finger or sponge and keeping it looking splotchy. I would also recommend looking at reference pictures. Here I added a little more blue to darken up that one area. And then I used some red on my sponge. Now this part isn't necessary for everybody, but since I used grease-based paints, it was very greasy looking, so I just used some powder to mattify a little bit. And this is what it looked like.